What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report. And honestly, I did not see that game ending the way it did. I want to get it down here right now. Your team was hard as a friggin' rock, and I'm amazed I was able to do what I did at the end there. Because you were like, especially for the first 3 rounds, you were taking everything I had thrown at you. You took out Rhino, you took out Ulik, and then for some reason, like the dice just kind of went cold for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ghost Rider coming off the board with the Legacy Virus, you can't. It's not like I had many options of where else to put it, but outside of that gave me a big enough lead. However,
that should have been game.
That should have been game.
Yeah.
However, I chose to stand and fight instead of running away with Spider-Man, with Daredevil. Danny had to pretty much stay on that point, but had you not gotten all according to plan, I think I might have been able to swing that last point.
Yeah. The other part of it all is that I also had enough power that I could have thrown Danny at the very end there. And I was trying to see if I had the power to do it. But oh my goodness, yeah. So I always like to try and find positive things about everything here. And I got to say, Marvel Knights is great.
Oh yeah.
They are just so much fun. They gave you so much rerolls into things. And I think for the most part, aside from letting Conan get a little, powerful there, I'm guilty of it too. There's many games I've done the same thing. Your team performed very well.
Thank you.
I will say this, Danny. I think Danny, you were a little bit too cautious with.
Danny is a glass cannon, I find. If he's able to pop off, sure, he has the martial artist, but he's still squishy.
That is fair.
But he has, when he's able to get the Iron Fist ability off, is incredible when it works.
I was playing around that all game.
Yeah.
That Iron Fist, I kept having okay, I got to be mindful of that. I don't want to get an Iron Fist to the face. And I just, you kind of control me. I pretty much chose this little skirmish in the middle, gave up points. But yeah, I was terrified. I loved your Luke Cage play in there. Luke Cage did work for you.
Oh yeah, he did. He just kept denying you attacks. And if we were to, so Bullseye's there, Kingpin's there. If Bucky ran to either point, because I'm sure he could have made that one. So
he was still slow, remember?
Oh yeah, okay. So we'll say at least the 2.
I think the only point he could have made was this one. Yeah, he could have made this one over here.
All right, so had he done that, it still would have been, the weirdest thing is that it's 10 to 15.
Double digits!
But you got the win because of the tabling.
Oh, and okay, let's be completely honest here with that as well. I got some dice rolls in there that I did not deserve.
Bullseye popped off.
Bullseye brought receipts, man.
Yeah, he did.
He just showed up, and every one of his attacks was fire.
Bullseye's over there looking at Daredevil. I'm going to kill you like you killed your girlfriend. And I'll take all the playing cards.
I don't know what was going on. If it wasn't for Bullseye, I would not have won. I wouldn't even been in this game after round 3, I think.
Yeah, he did work.
Because Bullseye picked up what? He picked up Spidey. He picked up Daredevil.
Yeah, and then the sweep and clear with the Bucky, basically taking 2 characters out, as well as, you dazed 3 characters in one action with that.
I love Bucky. The
new Bucky
is so good. So good. I miss that old Bucky is not going to be as dominant as he once was, but he deserved every change he got on that card.
Sure. He's still quite the viable option as well, though.
If his assault rifle was a gainer, I'd agree with you. As a builder, I think his power generation is really hampered at this point because it's a 4-dice builder, and I'm on record on very many online sources where I absolutely hate 4-dice builders.
I've listened to the podcast.
Yep. I hate 4-dice builders. I'm sorry, they are garbage. They should go away. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna own up to this one. You should have won this game. I had a 1% chance of taking this back in the end, and Kingpin just showing up and just friggin' cranium wrecking Danny like that. But yeah,
like we said earlier, dice be dice.
Dice be dice. I actually half expected that what Danny was going to do in the end there was he was going to run up and he was going to try and stagger or just activate Kingpin, so I couldn't get that point.
I was considering that, but then you're still getting that point. He's going to be going first the next round, or you could have gone double tap with Bucky. I had no good decisions, but I still had to choose.
And that's fair. I mean, I think mathematically speaking, I was saying I don't think I'd take Bucky or Danny out. He's got martial artists. I'm rolling 5 dice attacks in him. He's got this. And then I surprised he ever live in hell in myself there. But no, I think you're all right, because if he got up here, get another turn, I would have had Kingpin, Bucky, even Bullseye, all could have gone. Okay, fair enough. I think you're right.
Yep.
That would have been a little suicide call right there. But yeah, nobody saw Kingpin rolling up and doing what he done. So, are there any standout moments for you in the game?
And where it went wrong, like that was the fun. I mean, that Devil's Deliverance,
That was fun.
that was fun. Like, I mean, this team is so thematic. This whole match was so thematic that it felt more like playing a comic issue or something. And other than Ghost Rider getting that whole thing, like everyone, I'm sure the viewers probably thought like, oh, he's got this. He got the legacy virus
There's
off.
going to be people who tune
Like,
out at
right,
round 3.
right, they're done. You know, then surprise. So, man,
So if you were to make any changes to your roster, like would you have subs to anyone out at the looking back at it?
I might have swapped. I mean, I love Corebox Beat. He's probably my most used Spider-Man out of the 3. Well, yeah, 4 now is spectacular. Just because I love the ability that he has with the displacement of characters. Danny, I probably would have swapped out for Moon Knight or potentially Punisher with the Blood Red and Personal card because I've gotten that to work.
Not just Blood Red and Personal, but there's a lot of places for him to blow up some terrain as well, right?
Yeah.
Like it was a nice board for that.
It was a nice board for that.
I was hoping to do that more with Bucky, and it just never came up. But yeah, Punisher would have been a really interesting one because he also would have given you someone who can kind of hang back a little bit, and not get up in the fray, and you would have been picking up some punishment tokens.
As well as he's quite mobile because he moves. He double taps because he doesn't need the trigger for the rapid fire. Yep. And then he can spend the 2 power to go back to the point where he was on or out of line of sight or whatever. So Punisher's a lot of fun. I haven't had the best of luck with Danny, so I probably would have gone with either Punisher or Moon Knight.
That's fair. I think both are interesting choices, and I'm excited to see Punisher hopefully get into the game a little bit more with him being Defenders affiliated now, because I think he's actually an excellent 3 threat. Mm-hmm. And now that he actually helps you hit that affiliation, you might actually see some play.
Yeah,
which I'm really excited for. Yeah, I mean, on my end, I think I might have changed Rhino out for somebody else. Rhino had that nice, early on, this is a robbery, got Daredevil into the scrum there.
Yep.
But after that, he didn't really do anything but just, block punches with his face.
I mean, he got staggered, and he got stunned, he got...
like I said, he blocked punches with his face. Yeah. he didn't really do a whole lot. So I probably would have swapped him out for, another 4 threat. Maybe MODOK. MODOK Scientist Supreme was in my list. He could have been fun.
I think
Elektra. That's who he would have been.
You got the Mystic attacks if it's around a lot of my martial artists.
Yeah. Elektra would have been the play.
Yeah.
So I think that's who I probably would have swapped out personally myself, because Rhino did his one thing and then just got absolutely curb stomped.
Yeah.
So, but no, Trevor, I had a great time with you, man. This was a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for having me. I hope to make out to a few more.
I would love to have you back out, man. If every game we play has this sort of fun, excitement, and intensity, and maybe the dice curve's a little bit better, right? No, I would absolutely love to have you on again on the channel a little bit more. But yeah, is there anything you want to plug before we go, or any events coming up?
So I run weekly. Wow.
Weekly.
Wow. All the MCP all the time. No, monthly tournaments at a store in Cambridge, CNC Cambridge. It's usually the second Saturday of the month, and we have a community out there. So if you're in the area, drop on by. We usually meet Tuesday nights.
Do it. I've made it down to one of those events. I had a lot of fun with it.
Good.
So yeah. So there you go. Yeah, so support the local. So if you're in Southern Ontario, definitely go hit that up. And if you're in Southern Ontario and haven't heard about it yet, well, now you have. So there we go. So yeah, that's it. That's all for this one, folks. Leave your comments below. Get involved in the discussion. We will see you next time. Happy wargaming.